Hello Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Pisces, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. So with all that being said, Pisces, let's get started. How does Pisces currently view this relationship? All right, Pisces, so we do have the King of Pentacles, we do have the Strength card, and then we also have the Six of Cups. I do want to look at the Strength card because I do feel like this is your energy. There's like a level of holding back coming from you, and I'm kind of curious as to why, but we do have the King of Pentacles, which is really nice. So currently at the moment you're dealing with a King of Pentacles like energy. Now a King of Pentacles is somebody who's very big on commitment as well as loyalty, and this is also somebody who does have a lot of emotions for you. This is somebody who does feel really good about you and their relationship with you. In other words, there is no holding back coming from this King of Pentacles that you currently find yourself connecting with. It's like this person is definitely giving you in their relationship with you all that they got. But you, on the other hand, it's like, I don't know, there's just like a, I don't know, like, just like a, I don't know about you, you know, like type of vibe that I'm kind of getting from you, but let's look into it. Tell me more about the Strength card for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? We also have the Hermit in the upright, and then we also have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. You know, as far as like this holding back energy that we're kind of picking up on, you know, from you, I think that it does have a lot to do with like you being unsure if settling down right now is something that you want to do or not, because it's like a part of you feels like you're ready for a relationship and a part of you is like, yeah, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I don't know. You know what, you kind of strike me as the type of person that really does enjoy being single and alone. Like, you know how there's like some people out there that absolutely hate being single and alone? You ain't one of those people. You absolutely love being single and alone. So it doesn't, okay, so then there's that. It's like you're not entirely sure if you're honestly ready to give up your single life to like go off and run off into the sunset with this person that you currently find yourself connecting with. You're not sure if you're ready for all of that. Okay. Because it would require you to give up, your single life, right? But that's the thing, is that I feel like your single life is just so awesome and peaceful and quiet and zen, you know what I mean? So to give that up, you know, for something that you don't know what to honestly anticipate and or expect, I mean, it makes sense why you're on the fence about all of this. But even though you're on the fence about this person and whether or not you are ready for a relationship or not, I mean, I do still see you, you know, investing time and energy towards them in your relationship with them. I mean, I am definitely getting that as you're trying to like figure out on your end if you're ready for a relationship or not. And I kind of feel like it has a lot to do with the fact that Pisces, I think that you kind of know it's only a matter of time before this person wants more out of you in their relationship with you. So before they hit you with the whole, I want to be with you, you're trying to figure it out now. Okay, let's keep going. All right. So it kind of looks like communication for sure has definitely been on point here between you and this person. This is somebody who definitely looks forward to spending time with you, talking to you, being around you, things of that nature. It kind of looks like as this person, you know, continues to spend time with you, talk to you, get to know you, things of that nature, the more they find themselves like feeling like, okay, Pisces just might be the one for me is kind of what I'm gathering. Okay, so you know it's definitely coming. It's definitely coming. How does Pisces currently feel? So we have the Page of Pentacles, we got the Ten of Pentacles, and then we also have the Nine of Swords. The bottom of the deck, we do have the King of Wands. Okay. Okay. In regards to how you're currently feeling, Pisces, So prior to this person walking into your life, it just kind of looks like you kind of had like this whole like, you know, plan set out for yourself, right? When it comes down to like what you want to do with your life and how you want to live it. And it kind of looks like settling down just wasn't one of the things that you had in mind, is kind of what I'm gathering. It just wasn't. It just really wasn't, is what I'm gathering. So now that this person is here and you just so happen, you know, to find yourself connecting with somebody who does have a lot that you're looking for within a person, and they just so happen to be somebody that you're very, very compatible with, it's like a big part of you just can't help but to want to like pursue this and see where life could possibly take the both of you. But even then, it's like you're still like, but I don't know, because like this wasn't a part of my plan. Like I just wanted to be single and just focus on this and focus on this and accomplish this and accomplish that. Like kind of looks like that's all you really wanted to do. I just feel like this goes against the plans. I keep wanting to say the plans that you had set out for yourself. Okay, fair enough. Now, just because this goes against the plans that you had set out for yourself, Pisces, doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to turn around and, you know, run in the opposite direction of this person, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to either. You see what I mean? So this could go either which way. We'll see, I guess, how this plays out. How does, what was that? Okay. How does this, oh, here we go. How does this person currently feel? We have the Ace of Cups. We also have the World. And then we also have the Five of Cups. And then we also have the Three of Cups. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. And then we also have the Four of Wands. Okay. In regards to how this person is currently feeling, when it comes down to you, Pisces, they do want to start a whole new chapter / cycle with you. In other words, this is somebody who has every intentions, right, of pursuing you in something serious with you. However, I do want to look at the Five of Cups really quickly here, because that Five of Cups energy is like really throwing me off. I don't even know why it's even showing up in this person's energy, but we'll see. Tell me more about the Five of Cups. Tell me more about the Five of Cups. All right. Okay. So we have the Knight of Wands. We do have the Two of Swords, but that came out in the reverse. We also have the Seven of Cups as well as in the reverse. And then we also have the Four of Cups in the reverse. Okay. All right. Pisces, how do I put this? Because this feels like this kind of feels like a situation where we're like talking far out in advance here, is kind of what I'm gathering. Okay, Pisces. Just given the fact that this is the energy that we're kind of getting here, attached to this person's energy, and you know what they're going to find themselves going through in the future within this dynamic that they share with you, is kind of telling me that when this person does turn around and pushes for more out of you in their relationship with you, you're going to more than likely go along with it, is kind of what I'm gathering. In other words, when they push for more out of you, you're going to more than likely say yes, is what I'm gathering. And it is because of how compatible you guys are. It is because this is somebody that you mesh well with. It is someone, you know, that you can definitely see yourself building and establishing a life with. So this is kind of why I see you saying, yeah, let's go. Let's go run off into the sunset with one another. Unfortunately for this person, I do see this person having a lot of moments with you where they, gosh. Okay, so I do see this person having a lot of moments with you where they find themselves essentially feeling like one minute you want them, the next minute you don't. Okay. And I do feel like it does have a lot to do with what we're already kind of seeing here coming from you. You have one foot in, one foot out. That's kind of what it all boils down to, Pisces. It's like, and even though I do see you turning around and deciding to build with this person, it's like you still kind of have one foot in, one foot out. Because again, it all boils down to, but this goes against my plans. Like, I wanted to do this with my life. I wanted to do that with my life. And then I also wanted to do this and I also wanted to do that before I settle down, before I pursue a relationship with anyone. Like, and it just kind of looks like, well, this connection is kind of interfering a little bit with these plans that you had set out for yourself, because you weren't planning on falling in love. You weren't planning on meeting anybody that, you know, you can see yourself building or establishing a life with. And if anything, you probably thought that, I don't know, like you would find yourself, you know, entertaining, you know, someone, but you wouldn't, because and it's not a bad thing or anything like that. I feel like some people frown upon like friends with benefits type of situations, but it kind of looks like that, like that's the only thing that you were kind of like willing to honestly have, as far as like, you know, I guess like a dynamic is concerned. Like, it kind of looks like that's the only type of dynamic that you were willing to essentially have, was like a friends with benefits type of situation, but nothing more than just that. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, is that, you know, they're not trying to be your no, sorry. They're not trying to be your friend with benefits. Okay? Like, they're just not, okay? And I don't think that you're shocked or surprised that this person's not trying to just be your friends with benefits, because it kind of looks like you've experienced this, from people where you would try to like develop a friends with benefits type of situation with them, nothing more, nothing less, and they would eventually want more out of you in their relationship with you. But yeah, it just kind of looks like you're deciding to sign yourself up for something that you're not entirely I want to get this right. I don't want to say the wrong thing. You're signing yourself up for something while still having one foot out. That's kind of what it all boils down to, Pisces. And I think that that's kind of why they're going to experience this hot and cold energy from you. I feel like that's kind of why there's going to, and we're not talking about 1 or 2 times here. We have the 4 of Cups out here and the 7 of Cups. So that's kind of telling me that there's going to be many, 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 many times, okay, where this person's going to find themselves feeling like you don't really want them in this relationship. And there's going to be many times where you're going to make them feel like you do want this in this relationship, but it's because you're being pulled in 2 different directions here, you know? That's kind of what it all boils down to. It's not that you don't want them in a life with them, because you definitely do. But if this was Burger King, have it your way, you would have loved to have met this person, you know, once you accomplished and achieved everything that you wanted to accomplish and achieve for yourself. Then, you know what I mean? It would have been great, you know what I mean, to have met this person then. But it just kind of looks like it's one of those things where it's like perfect person, but the timing is just god awful, according to what we're seeing here for you. What actions will this person take towards Pisces or moving forward? All right, so we have the Ace of Wands to the Queen of Cups, and then we also have the Page of Wands. So Pisces is coming. I am definitely getting that this person will be expressing to you how they feel about you and what they want with you. We've already established, just by this energy alone, because it kind of gave it away, we've already established that you're going to turn around and say yes, okay? So then there's that, okay? What actions will Pisces take towards this person or moving forward? You have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's like you're turning around and telling them, yeah, let's go build. Let's go build together. Let's go run up into the sunset with one another, while still carrying this energy of like, damn, but I really wanted to do this with my life. And I really wanted to do that with my life first before I do all of this, you know? So that's kind of why they're going to find themselves going through a whole lot of this, okay? I do want to look at the, what do I want to look at? Tell me more about the 5 of Cups one more time. Oof, okay. All right, so we do have the Queen of Swords to the Queen of Pentacles. We also have the 10 of Swords to the 8 of Wands. Pisces, and I don't feel like you mean to like obviously put this person through all of this, as far as like being very indecisive is concerned. One minute you want this, the next minute you don't. It's just gonna end up happening is what I'm gathering. But it's gonna cause this person to feel very, very confused within their relationship with you, because there's going to be times where you're going to make them feel like you really do want them in a relationship with them, and there's going to be times where you're going to find yourself feeling like there's going to be times where you're going to make them feel like you don't really want this, you know what I mean? And listen, there's going to come a point in time where this whole one minute you want them, the next minute you don't, like they're going to get really fed up with it. I'm being honest. They're going to get really fed up with it. It's like, do you want me or do you not want me? Are you in or are you out? Which one is it, you know? Make up your mind, because they're gonna start to eventually see for themselves that you're indecisive about them. You have one foot in, one foot out when it comes down to them. See, they don't got that problem when it comes down to you. They're all in when it comes down to you. You, on the other hand, you're not. You're not, you know? And it all goes right back to the whole, but this wasn't a part of my plan. This wasn't a part of my plan. I just wanted to do this with my life, and I just wanted to do that with my life. I also, especially because you showed up as a King of Wands, and the page was right next to it. So that's kind of telling me that when you met this person, I mean, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. I'm just, we're being honest here, right? When you met this person, it doesn't appear to me that you had any sort of intentions. Like, that wasn't your intentions getting involved with them, is to go run off into the sunset with them. Your intentions more than likely were, you know, let's just enjoy each other's company, okay? Until this runs its course, you know what I mean? It's kind of what I'm getting. Again, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Like, if you're not looking for anything serious and you're not looking for anything serious, nobody can force you, okay? But yeah, it just kind of looks like that's what your intentions were with them. I just kind of feel like that kind of started to change a little bit on your behalf, because you started to like develop feelings for them, and then you got to know them, and you started to realize, oh wow, we're super compatible, and you know, we get along so well, and oh, I really do like them. And then boom, they start pushing for more out of you in their relationship with you. But if this person would have never pushed for more out of you in their relationship with you, 9 times out of 9, there's a 99.9% chance that you would have never pushed for more out of them in your relationship with them, because if it fits with your plan, right? The whole plan of not wanting to settle down and fully commit and devote yourself to anyone, it fits with the plan that you had set out for yourself. It just kind of looks like you weren't expecting all of this, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's another thing too. It's like, I feel like what's prompting you to also pursue them in a life with them has a lot to do with you looking at this entire situation like this is like an opportunity of a lifetime. And you know, who's to say, right? Who's to say that you're going to end up meeting someone like this ever again, you know, later on in the future when you are essentially ready. So then there's that. I do want to look at the devil though, really quick. Tell me more about the devil. All right, that's good. We have temperance. Okay. Temperance does trump the devil. You know, when you do decide to go off and pursue them in a life with them, like, you might find yourself feeling like, shit, I really shouldn't be doing this, yo. Like, I really should be like focusing on this and focusing on that and doing this with my life and doing that with my life. But I think that once you do decide to pursue a relationship with this person, you're not going to find yourself, you know, continuing to essentially feel this way, as far as feeling like you're making a terrible mistake here by pursuing love, you know what I mean? And a life with this individual is concerned. But if it's one thing that I will say, is that it's going to take you some time, Pisces, to like get out of this one foot in, one foot out type of energy is kind of what I'm getting. It's going to take you a minute. It is, because we got this out here for them. So that's telling me that they're going to be going through this with you a whole lot. Like, this whole 1 minute you want them, the next minute you don't. They're going to be experiencing a whole lot of that. And it's going to happen more than once. I mean, it's going to happen a lot of times from what I can see anyways. But you'll eventually, you'll eventually get clear on what it is that you want, right? Which is basically them and your relationship with them. So this whole like, oh, but I had this plan to do this, then the third with my life, and this goes against my plans. Like you'll 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 get over it is basically what I'm gathering. You'll get over it. I just kind of feel like you're gonna find yourself kind of feeling pulled in two different directions for a little while, but once you accept the fact that, okay, like this is what I want to do, this is who I want to be with, that whole you being one foot in, one foot out will eventually dissipate and go away, is what I'm gathering. Okay, so that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped, hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading.